He did a lot of that. So the name and the name recognition is, I think, his biggest asset. And I know the East African region will give him support because he needs this. It is now, after so many years since Dr. Ahmed Salim, it is the turn of East Africa. And I think our negotiating teams in Addis Ababa must make it very clear to the rest of the continent, because this is not a given. Our brothers to fight for it. And we all have to fight for it. Let us not assume that he's just getting it, because there could be other candidates. But we believe as a region, we have the best candidate. We issued that statement as Azimio before he left for Germany, and we said that we will stand by him. And we said his candidature is bipartisan. Let nobody say he's a Kenya Kwanza candidate, because that is not true. And let nobody also say he's an Azimio candidate, because that is equally not true. Raila Odinga now rises above our partisan politics when it comes to negotiating and defending national interest. Therefore, I congratulate President William Ruto. I saw somebody, brother, on a tweet, sending something after the, we know photos these days speak. Have you ever seen speaking photographs? Simba Arati saw one. I asked my brother, how many cows did Museveni give you? Those Ankole cattle. And he told me, he promised 50. Next time I will accompany you. Perchance I can get 2, but I don't know whether they can survive in Ukambani. The important thing is pictures speak. And we want to ask Kenyans to relax about this matter. I'm calling you to relax about it. Stop speculation, and some of it are necessary. You know, they have said sibling rivalry can actually kill. We have seen conversation, very unhealthy conversation, in our local media. Some of it attributed to our own people within Azimio coalition, going for each other's jugular. Others who have never associated with us, my brother, and we know them, never associated with us, they are now in the forefront, trying to see if perchance they can create a rift within Azimio. We are telling them that will not happen by God's grace. We are going to stand with our brother, and I think I know his heart, because we spend a lot of time together. And you people of Homa Bay, people of South Nyanza, people of Nyanza, including Kishi people, have no fear that we are in this. I cannot see how a brother can drop a baton when it comes to safeguarding the interests, particularly the democratic credentials that are part of his history, and that he would support dictatorship anywhere in Africa, including his own country. So if that is a Raila Odinga, I know I have no fear. I hope I'm convincing you that there's absolutely no need for fear. And if you sometimes feel overcome and overwhelmed in whichever form, and you're missing Baba, if you're missing Baba, my friend Paranya, there's Uncle Steve-O. Yeah, so we should not miss each other. And there's nothing in Raila Odinga to miss, I can tell you that. Knowing him, he'll be traversing the continent like a colossus. But please, remember the things that he has talked about, which he cannot now perhaps speak about because he needs William Ruto's vote. So he cannot now say, Sakayo shuka chini. We will say that on his behalf. My brother, I'll give you a little discussion we had with Governor Wairia. Derrit was not with us, and also Eugene Wamalwa. And we were asking ourselves, what are we going to say in Homa Bay on this matter? So it was Steve Mule who brought a very funny situation. He said, and after that I'm going to invite him, he said, now you know this thing about Sakayo and the tree. And these are high taxes about which Governor Orengo has spoken. These levies, which are convoluting the situation even at the level of devolution, they are actually all from the national government. All those levies. They are not to be found locally. So, they are all taxes, including the infamous, and I say it unapologetically and boldly, the infamous housing tax, which Parliament passed. All right? I say my brother now cannot talk that language. We will talk it. Now the trouble is if the muti kikatwa, and then to find our brother is on the same branch, na Zakayo, tutakata muti ama hapana? We don't want our brother to come down. That is a joke. That's what I'm telling you. Relax. Relax about this situation. Raila Odinga needs prayers. Before I came, my brother, I met Ambassador Amina Mohammed. As you know, she ran for that post and lost to Mohammed Faki by only 2 votes. Mohammed Faki from Chad. 2 votes. We want a situation, she's willing to even now show you, there's a beaten, she has very committed to say she will do and show you wherever and wherever, so you can get your 2/3 majority at round 1. Tumpigie baba makofi jamani. So, with those remarks, having said that the national government must also, you know, there's been that argument. You sometimes go to Gachagua's office to argue whether you should get your 349 billion. There should be no argument. No argument. And this, you know, transmission of the money from the national government to the county government should be seamless, should be timely. You don't want to starve governors. They become very unpopular because they are not able to do their health programs and others. Blame them on them. We will be able to call out at every stage. Provided you give us information, we are there for you. We are there for our country. Kwa hivyo tusimame tukukaribishe ndugu Raila Amolo Odinga to make his remarks. Banda sisikii jamani, sisikii. In the heart of America.
Baba, if you'll excuse me, just for half a minute.
Go ahead. You may be seated.
Thank you, Excellency. If you'll excuse me for just half a minute to make this announcement, because I cannot speak after you've finished. The breakaway sessions are on after the plenary. So please don't leave. Please go to the various breakaway sessions and also recognize Honorable Rosa Buyu, MP Kisumu West, my friend and sister. Thank you for coming all the way to support me. Asante Nisan.
Haya. Your Excellency, the Governor of Homa Bay, Gladys Atieno Nyasona Wanga. Excellencies, the governors, honorable members of parliament, dignitaries who have come, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, hamjambo. Hamjambo tena. Wow, this is a great occasion. And we are here in a place called Asego Kanyada. So I'm very nostalgic standing here before you today. Because when I was growing up, this place was made very famous by the famous Kindu band. They sang the song about the travel by ship from Homa Bay to Asembo Bay. And it went like this. Militoyoro, milithio kamito. Militoyoro, milithio kamito. Militoyoro, milithio asego. Tongamuruno bina gudhiambo. Iwendari verio wadigiseda. Iwendari verio wadigiseda. Oriti window keu kodongo. Iwendari verio wadigiseda. So that is the travel by a ship from Asego. Asego is Homa Bay because of the hill which is called Asego to Asembo Bay those days. So we are happy that this is taking place here at this place. But let me begin because I was told to give a keynote address. Let me begin with a story that is told in the Gospel of John. I know most of the people here are Christians. Gospel of John. And I'm sure so many of you people are familiar with this story. A disciple called Philip meets a man called Nathanael. Philip tells Nathanael that something significant and historic has happened in the town of Nazareth. Not believing, Nathanael asks, Nazareth?